Breaking the Record, the Renters Access Act. The Renters Access Act is a new law in Philadelphia that bans landlords from denying rental applications based only on eviction records or credit scores. If you have an eviction on your record, but you won in court or the case was withdrawn, the eviction judgment has been vacated or satisfied, the eviction is more than 4 years old, or the eviction was filed during the COVID-19 pandemic emergency period, from March 2020 to September 2021. Landlords cannot deny your rental application based solely on that record. They also can't deny you based on a low credit score alone, and the law protects tenants who couldn't pay rent or utility bills during the COVID emergency period. If your application is denied, the landlord has 3 days to give you a written reason and a copy of the tenant screening report used to make the decision. This is a really big deal. Almost half of Philadelphians live in rental housing. Philadelphia has one of the highest eviction rates in the U.S. Evictions affect mostly single-parent households and communities of color. My rental application was denied. What can I do? If your application was denied and you think the landlord violated the Renters Access Act, you can file a lawsuit against the landlord in court for up to $2,000 for each violation. If the landlord didn't give you a written denial or screening criteria, the Philadelphia Commission on Human Relations can investigate the landlord. If your application was denied and the landlord complied with the Renters Access Act, you can still request a reconsideration by notifying the landlord within 48 hours after your application is rejected. Then, you have a week to change the landlord's mind. Give the landlord information like, you pay rent on time. Your old eviction was caused by someone else not paying rent on time. You have a new or increased income. Your circumstances have changed, making it less likely that an eviction will occur. And you can submit letters of recommendation from your employers or former landlords. If the landlord has 5 or more rental units, they must hold the unit for 5 days after rejecting your application to give time for reconsideration. If you're approved after reconsideration but the unit is no longer available, the landlord must offer you the next available unit that's a similar size and price. To learn more about the Renters Access Act, visit phillytenant.org. You can also find info and resources on eviction records, your rights as a renter in Philadelphia, and more. For legal help and possible representation in an eviction hearing, call the Philly Tenant Hotline at 267-443-2500.